Hello YouTube, it's your boy B3 here, back another kicking comic book collection update. Yeah, we got some cool stuff today, Marvel as well as other publishers. First up, the Spider-Women graphic novel. It contains issues of like the Spider-Women one-shots as well as Spider-Woman, Spider-Gwen, and Silk. I was reading all of these titles once upon a time, but I stopped reading Spider-Woman because I didn't like it anymore. And I stopped reading Silk just because I needed to spend less money on comics. Even I was actually really enjoying Silk, is the bad thing. But yeah, I still read Spider-Gwen, so I figured I needed to pick up the Spider-Women book, and I wanted to anyways, just because I love the Spider-Gals. But yeah, it wasn't bad, but it's not worth $30. This is a $30 graphic novel. Don't pay $30 for it unless you just really want to support your local bookstore or something, because it's not worth $30. One, it's not $30 good enough, and it doesn't feel like it's even thick enough to be worth $30. Like, if it was $20 at Barnes & Noble, I would have paid $20 for it in an instant. Totally fine. But $30, that's a lot. I mean, I should have just bought the issues. I should have just bought the issues. I would have spent less money, because I still bought the Spider-Gwen issue so I could have a complete run of Spider-Gwen. So I should have just, I mean, I got it off of Amazon where it was $10 less, but still, you know. And then, DC Rebirth Batman, number 9, part of I Am Suicide, the first part, where he's going to go get the Psycho Pirate and junk back from Bane. This is really just a startup issue, nothing terribly interesting happened. But, yeah, you know, I am liking this title, even though my boys Snyder and Capullo are gone. It's still a good book. It's still a good book. So, yeah, very awesome. And then we also have Rick and Morty, Little Poopy Superstar, number 4. I think this is the next to last issue. The last one I think is number 5. But yeah, she does rescue Mr. Poopy Butthole, and they get back to their own, well, her own dimension. And yeah, all seems to be well. Who knows what's going to happen in issue 5? They might come back to that dimension looking for Mr. Poopy Butthole. Who knows? But it should be fun. It should be fun. And then the next issue up, we have Spider-Gwen, number 9. The all-new story, Weapon of Choice, starts here. Yeah, I mean, this is like a Punisher story, but he also brings Kraven into it. So she lost her powers in Spider-Women, and the Jesse Drew from her dimension gave her this device that'll give her spider powers for a certain amount of time, but once she's out of isotopes, then she's powerless forever. I mean, I'm sure they're going to find some way to give her powers back, but, you know, right now that's her struggle. And it's actually pretty cool, because she can't be Spider-Gwen all the time. And, you know, Frank Castle brings Kraven into it. Apparently they were war buddies, both part of War Machine, Tony Stark's little personal army. Which is pretty crazy. But, yeah, so she has to fight pretty much him and Kraven, no powers. Doesn't turn out terribly well. And then she's going on, you know, we just keep moving up issues of Spider-Gwen. Trying to figure stuff out. She's wondering what she should do. And then her dad kind of helps her fight Kraven and the Punisher. And her dad turns himself in for aiding and abetting the Spider-Woman, because he's like, we cops, we can't work outside of the law. I need to prove that to people and to Frank Castle, because Frank Castle's a cop in this story. I don't know if I mentioned that. And yeah, and then, like, very early along, I think maybe even in her pre-Secret Wars title, she was offered a deal by Matt Murdock, who's like a, you know, normally he's Daredevil, but in this world he's just like a really corrupt lawyer for the Kingpin. And she took it in this, because she's all alone, she has almost no powers, her dad's in prison. I mean, she's in a bad spot, and she took his deal, and she really Really shouldn't have. But, yeah, it's going to bite her in the butt later. Going to bite her in the butt. But yeah, quick recap. Spider-Gwen issue 12. Spider-Gwen issue 11. Spider-Gwen issue 10. Spider-Gwen issue 9. Little Poopy Superstar issue 4. Rick and Morty, Little Poopy Superstar. Batman issue number 9 from Rebirth. And Spider-Women the graphic novel. Yeah! By the way, just to show you what this includes, just so you guys know, it's Spider-Women Alpha, Spider-Women Omega, along with Silk Post-Secret Wars 7 and 8, Spider-Gwen Post-Secret Wars 7 and 8, and Spider-Woman 6 through 7. Yeah. So that is that. Thank you all very much for your support. Remember to rate, comment, and subscribe. Check out all the cool links in the description below, Facebook, Twitter, etc. And I'll see you all later.